Hey everyone, it's October 7th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with French serial killer Jeanne Weber, known as the Ogress, who murdered at least 10 children in the early 1900s, and that is her right up there. Born in 1874 in a fishing village on the coast of France, Weber left home at the age of 14 to seek her fortune in Paris. She worked a myriad of low-wage jobs to get by until she married at the age of 18 in 1893. Both heavy drinkers, they had 3 children together, 2 of whom died in infancy, though it wasn't unusual for children to pass away at that time. In March of 1905, she was watching her sister-in-law's daughters for her when the youngest child, an 18-month-old, suddenly fell ill and died. Despite the baby having bruises on its neck, the physician who had examined the body didn't think anything of it. Just 9 days later, she was babysitting the remaining child who died under her care after suffering from convulsions. 2 weeks later, she babysat for her brother when his 7-year-old daughter had a choking fit, which she survived, though Weber couldn't explain how the girl got severe red marks around her throat. The next day, however, she returned to watch her niece again, and she died. Doctors believed diphtheria to be the cause, and said the same when she watched her nephew 4 days later, who also died. A week later, she offered to watch her 10-year-old nephew while his mother went shopping. When the party returned early, they found the boy gasping for breath, red marks on his throat, and Weber standing over him with a crazed look on her face. She was arrested when the authorities finally realized that a lot of children had died under her care. Weber was charged with 8 murders, including her own children who had died that year. She had a famed defense attorney, sort of the Johnny Cochran of turn-of-the-century France, and the jury was reluctant to believe that a woman could have done such a thing, so she was acquitted in February of 1906. A little over a year later, she was babysitting using the name Madame Moulinet when a boy in her care died with red marks on his throat. She was again arrested and set to be tried for this killing, but an autopsy blamed the death on typhoid. Medical science obviously wasn't very good in the early 1900s. After her release, she was hired at a children's home whose proprietors believed her when she said that she had been wrongfully charged, but a week after becoming employed, she was caught in the act of strangling a child. She was fired, but they covered up the incident to avoid facing scrutiny for hiring her in the first place. Weber returned to Paris, where she began a career as a prostitute and found a new husband. In 1908, the two were in Commercy when Weber was caught strangling an innkeeper's 10-year-old son. The boy's father had to punch her in the face repeatedly to get her to let go of his lifeless body. She was again held and set to be tried for murder, but this time was declared insane and sent to an asylum where she lived for 10 years until she strangled herself in 1918, dying at the age of 43. Weber is believed to have killed at least 10 children, but there could be more victims where physicians simply didn't consider it a possibility. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And as Jeanne Weber, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.